Tasting like a boss. How you guys doing? I have Kylo of the Knights of Ren here. Hey, baby boy, say hello to the coffee family. Hey, coffee family. That's right. So Dustin's around here too. Not using him today because we're doing a Star Wars flavor, guys, and so I had to use Kylo because Star Wars. Never tell me the odds. Got that going, got that theme going. Why? Well, because the Star Wars flavor we're doing today is from Bones Coffee Company. It is Star Wars, the Mandalorian and Grogu. This one's Beskar Brew. Now, I already did the other flavor. They released two, okay? I wasn't a huge fan of the other flavor, but this one here is Beskar Brew, Blondie Brownie flavored coffee. I do like the cover. You got your AT-ATs, you got Grogu with the Mandalorian, or Baby Yoda with the Mandalorian. Woo! And you, dude, you shed so much. On this side, just some bones, QR code. On this side, replication, some additional artwork. We have the Mandalorian symbol there. And then on the back, a description, okay? The description is, in this galaxy, you need a coffee you can count on. Beskar Brew delivers rich notes of golden brown sugar, melted butter, and a hint of vanilla flavor of freshly baked Blondie brownies. From traveling across barren worlds to just laying low, this brew stays with you. It tastes like home, wherever that may be. All right, well, that's cute. Now, for those who are not complete dorks like I am, or nerds like I am, Beskar is the type of armor that the Mandalorians wear, and pretty awesome. Can stop lightsabers, pretty sweet. In the photos, I've seen Grogu with this big old, like, Beskar plate, which, you know, it does cover their body, but not their entire body, so I'm not sure exactly how effective it would be, but I digress. Yeah, so I'm excited about this one because I haven't tasted anything that's a Blondie flavored coffee from Bones before. I don't know if they've ever made one. With that being said, you know, in the realm of desserts, if you go to a place and they have a Blondie, I just assume everyone already ate the brownies. I mean, that's it. Blondies kind of fall like under this rule. All brownies are here, even ones with nuts, as long as it's not too many. Then the Blondie is like down here. Then you got those weird ones they tried in the 80s, remember, where it was like, well, actually, still above them. The chocolate brownies, they had like that little swirl of cream cheese. I don't know what we were doing in the 80s except really trying to hasten our own deaths when it came to stuff, but there you go. Anyway, hey, what's up, buddy? Okay, listen, what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a 4-way review, guys, for those who don't know. We try to eat all these coffees we do in as many formats as we can to see what they work in and what they don't. So, for the review today, we're going to be doing it in a cold brew. Cold brew for over 24 hours. The glass is one of my favorite little things. It's from Boss of Boss, my wife, and I don't know, I just love that little retro kind of design there. That's cool. I know it's not really Halloween, but Halloween, come here soon. All right, next, we're gonna be doing it in the drip. Now, on the drip, we're actually using the Bones mug that they released for this flavor. Now, the two mugs they released for this Star Wars release didn't actually say the name of the flavor on the mug. That's fine, but you could tell one is for one, one's for the other. The other one's green, has Baby Yoda, Grogu in the front and center. I don't think Mandalorian's even in it. And in here we have the Mandalorian, and we have Grogu. So very cool. This is obviously for this flavor. And look, the color schemes match up. Very nice. And if you like blue, there you go. Next, moving to the espresso. Speaks for itself. Not all flavors work in espresso format, but when it can be quite good. And then finally, we're going to be taking that cold brew. We're going to be running through a nitro press, which we already have. It's already in here. It's already been charged, and see what works and what doesn't. So let's move to the smelling. Okay, that gives me pause, and here's why. You would think, oh, it just smells like coffee, right? Well, no, it doesn't. You have the coffee scent. It's not really extreme, but what I'm smelling is coffee, but chemicals. I'm just smelling chemicals, and that doesn't, you know, when I say chemicals, that's not fair, okay? Because I don't know what Bones uses. It could be all natural stuff. It may not be artificial. Yeah, I'm not really getting into that. But the scent that comes off of it doesn't smell like coffee. It doesn't smell like vanilla. It doesn't smell like, I guess, would it be browned butter? Melted butter? I mean, I don't know what melted butter smells like. But it doesn't smell like, if I envision melted popcorn butter on it, it doesn't smell like that either. And, you know, butter, someone told me, which I had no idea, and I was very grateful to one of our viewers who made this comment, that getting coconut hints off of things that are supposed to be buttered flavored is not uncommon, because that's what's utilized a lot of the time, would be coconut. So is this going to be another coconut flavor? I mean, perhaps I could see that being the case, but again, I'm not smelling coconut. I'm just kind of smelling coffee with something to me, smells artificial. Okay, so I'm not saying it's artificial. I'm not bagging on bones. All right, let's move to the cold brew. 24 hours, like I said before. Not much of a scent off of it, but that's not atypical for cold brew. Tastes like a boss. I'm just not getting a lot of flavor. But I don't mean I'm not getting a lot of the flavored aspect of the coffee. What I mean is I'm not really even getting a lot of coffee flavor itself. I mean, you can tell it's cold brew, so you know you're drinking coffee, but it's not an intense flavor. And whatever they're doing with the flavors to try to make this Blondie flavor, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not liking that so much. It's not that it's bad, it's just that what's the point? Because under this circumstance, I'd rather just have a regular coffee that does the job of tasting like coffee, as opposed to coffee and this other aftertaste. It's not that it's not pleasant, it's just I can't place it. It's actually taking away from the coffee flavor to me. I'm gonna give that a second chance. Yeah, that's not working in cold brew, but that's okay. It's okay. Let's move on to the drip. Having the drip here. Now here I'm getting some scents. I'm getting a little vanilla and, butter. So I guess there might be some coconut touched on it, from what I've been told. Tasting like a boss. No. Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, the flavor's not doing anything. It's just whatever flavor they're putting on the coffee is just like ruining the coffee. It's taking away from it. Not to the point that I just can't have it, but I would, this is the type of coffee. I always use the hotel scenario, even though I don't stay at hotels all the time. When you go to a hotel and you get coffee, you have this standard coffee you're used to, and then you've got crappy coffee, and then you've got, hey, this is really good. This kind of hovers between crappy and okay. That's it. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's the kind of coffee you get for free at the bottom of a hotel, and then say, where's the closest Starbucks? That's not good. So that's a no for me on the drip. Also, given how the flavor profiles are moving, because there's a little bit of a sourness even on the drip. And I guess, if I'm honest with myself, that might be what was pulling me away on the cold brew. Now we move to the espresso, and that's where it gets rough. Sour notes in coffee, when done through espresso, enhances that sourness usually, and that can borderline be rancid. So let's hope that's not the case. All right. Now the scent on this is really nice. That's the thing. The vanilla really comes out in that buttery scent, which again might be coconut. I don't know. That really does. If this actually tastes like it smelled, it's gonna be good. But okay, tasting like a boss. Okay, thank God it's not sour and it's not rancid. And yet again, and I find this kind of odd, this is the best format of this coffee. Of the 3 we've done so far, it is. Now, it comes across as a very light espresso, so it's not, if you're a person who's like, I want a cup of espresso and I want it to be hard, you're not going to get that. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. You're going to get almost like a tea equivalent of espresso. But the flavors are nice. I don't know that, and maybe it's just because I was let down so much by the other 2. This is nice. It's a nice mellow flavor. So I think for the remainder of this bag, I'm probably just going to be doing it in the espresso, unless we can have redemption, which I don't know what's going to happen there. And that's going to be in the Nitro press. Now, the Nitro press is nothing more than taking the cold brew and fusing it with nitrogen. This particular one doesn't need a cartridge. It's a really nice gift I got, again, from my wife about a year ago, and it's been really, really neat. But it's not for everybody. It's more expensive than I probably would have ever spent on myself for something like this, but it's really been nice. So what we're going to be doing is infusing this with nitrogen. Again, it's already been fully charged, so all I have to do is shake it up, and always shake it up before you dispense. Okay? And I'm going to be using the Fort Ticonderoga glass today because I wanted to. All right, tasting like a boss, actually dispensing like a boss. Okay, now, usually like to give it about 30 seconds for it to dispense. I know some of you love watching the velvety curtains of nitrogen move through the cold brew, but again, the exact same thing, just nitrogen being infused. Now, I'm going to talk about my boy Tim, who always just says, hey man, every time you do this, I know Nitro Press is going to be the best. Well, you know what, Tim? You're wrong. You're a liar. It's not true. Go back on the tape. I say that only about 98% of the time, okay? Sometimes the Nitro Press can't do much of anything at all. Also, I have found, at least in the past, that if the flavor of the coffee is too meek, that the Nitro Press is going to suppress that flavor in exchange for having that creaminess of the nitrogen in the coffee. That's what gives me a concern here, because this here kind of starts out as weak in the sense that it's just coffee flavor with some sort of like artificialness to it, or at least what I'm calling artificial. I'm not saying it is artificial. Let's do a little side-by-side again with the original cold brew. Yeah, don't like it. It even has less flavor. When you go to the espresso and you go back, you'll notice a lot less flavor. You're not doing it. All you do is you taste like weak coffee with like some sort of artificial taste. Ooh, that's looking nice today. Look at that. I like the way that looks today. All right, tasting like a boss. Scent-wise, nothing's coming off of it. Okay, I'm right. This has weak coffee flavor with a little artificial taste. Artificial tasting kind of thing, okay? Gosh, don't sue me, Bones. All right. Then I'm doing my cold Nitro Press. And okay, Tim, I guess we'll get to, I'm still holding my record 98. The Nitro Press is indeed better than the cold brew, but I'm not going to drink it this way. I'm just not going to do this. This is going to be the last time I have Beskar Brew in any other format except for espresso. And then when the bag is gone, I'm not going to be getting it again. It's neat to have the bag. It's neat to have the mug. Yeah, I love Star Wars, but when it comes to this flavor, the only redeeming aspect of the Nitro Press is it is suppressing that additional flavor of the cold brew, that little artificial thing I'm talking about. So that's kind of suppressed. But what I'm left with is a weak coffee flavor with a Nitro Press. And you know, life's too short. Life's too short for bad coffee, guys. So, Beskar Brew. Well, no. It's a no for me. It's just a big no. But, you know, I'm just one dude with one opinion, okay? So if you have any opinions, put them down below. Tell me if you think I'm right, if I'm wrong. Again, really do like the cover. I really like it a lot. And I like the theme, but of these two flavors, I think the other one was probably better. And even then, not one of my favorites. So, not so pleased. But, let's not end it on a bad note. Please, let's not end it on a bad note. I've also heard the movie sucks. No, I'm kidding. I've heard people who like it and people who don't like it, but that's the way it is with any movie. I haven't even seen it yet. But what I meant was Bones is releasing summer flavors, has already released 3 of them. I know they're out there. Some of you have already asked me about them. Yes, I'm going to get to them, I promise. There's one in particular, like I said earlier, that I'm really excited about. I'm actually hoping that review's a really fun one, it's nostalgic. Again, I apologize for the delay in getting these reviews to you as of late. A little busy with some work and some stuff with the kids. All of it good, but nonetheless, it takes up some time. So until next time, people, thank you for the support. We're over 900 subscribers, which I think is crazy for this little coffee hot sauce review place. But it really takes you being involved too. So I love your comments. I love your questions. So please put them down below. Thank you for your love. And from the Chihuahuas and myself, Boss, and all the girls, until next time, people, keep tasting like a boss. Thanks so much.